Hello everyone. Today we are going to continue our session about the JSP. I am Dr. Premal Patel from Silver Rock University. So, as you all know, like last time we have discussed so many things about JSP, that how it works, the background, how the life cycle it works. Those all things we have been discussed. Today we are going to discuss about the JSP elements. So, what is the importance of JSP elements and how it works and which are the types of JSP elements? These are the things that we are going to discuss today. So, basically, in JSP elements, we will learn today three types of JSP elements: JSP directives, JSP scriptlet, and JSP actions. So, what is JSP scripting element, first of all? So we know that in JSP, basically it is work, or it seems like HTML page where everything is in a tag. So while we are writing any Java code in that JSP, how we can write it? So for writing the Java code, we need to use these JSP elements. So the scripting elements are helpful to write the Java code. So the scripting elements provide the functionality or features to insert the Java code inside of the JSP. So these three types of scripting element we have to learn: scriptlet, expression, and declaration. So let us start with, first of all, scriptlet. Scriptlet tag that is used to execute the Java source code in a JSP file. Suppose some Java code you want to write in that JSP page, you can use mostly scriptlet element. So scriptlet can contains what it contains: Java language statement, then variable and method declarations, valid expression in a page. Those are the things you can include in these scriptlet elements. How we can write? You can see this syntax I have mentioned here. So this red portion is showing that the necessary syntax, like how we can start the element and how we can end this element. Okay, so this is example here I have shown. Let us do practical. So here we are going to create one JSP file, first of all. This is first practical. RA1. Okay, this is the name I am going to give. And next, this file we have earlier discussed. Now, in a body portion, we have to write the code, right? So before writing the code, let us run this file. It is working properly or not. So after that, we can start our practical. When first time, as we have discussed, that first time when you run the file, it will take some times to run this, all the background files, the background environment will be run at initial stage. But after that, whenever you will run that file or JSP file, it will not take too much time. So initially it will take few seconds or at least about 1 minute. So we are going to do this first practical scriptlet, right? It runs on a local host. So it works properly. Now, I'm going to do the practical about Scriptlet. So let us declare an integer a is equal to 5, b is equal to 7. I have declared these variables. Suppose I want to print out dot print a is total of a and b is equal to, how I can write, a plus b. So can I write like this? Removing unnecessary space. Now let us see the output. Total of a and b is equal to 12. So the output is clearly visible, right? Now this is the advantage of Scriptlet. Here you can see the pure Java code. I have declared the variable and print out some statements as well as the variable, that is pure Java code. But I have mentioned that in JSP with using the Scriptlet. So that is the main advantage of Scriptlet, right? So this is very important portion. Now let us understand the next element, that is the expression. The expression tag, where we are using this equal to sign. It is execute the code and write its output directly to the response output stream. Means here you can see, suppose I want to take any output, I want to fetch any output, or I want to print any output. I have to write the statement out.print. But here no need to write this out.println statements. You can directly print those output. Generally used to print the value of variable or method. So let us see the example. So expression, same the declaration, and here is equal to sign I have to write, and then what we have to write, is equal to same statements, like I want to print this same portion without any out.println statement. So that I am going to copy and paste. Save the file and let us see whether output is reflecting. Yes, the output is reflecting. You can see the expression total of A and B is equal to 12. So you can see in these two practical, here I have mentioned this output out.println statement, but without it I can also print using the expression, right? So this is also very important element. Now the next element, let's see which is the next element. Declaration element. So the declaration tag in JSP, how we can mention and what is the advantage, you can see. So declare the variable and method that can be accessed throughout the JSP page. In the JSP page, throughout, if you want to access any method or any variable, so In a declaration portion, you can declare the variable. So though we have declared, here you can see the variable I have declared over here, but using this declaration, I can declare the okay. So declaration and how we can open and close this declaration portion, you can see. So the declaration statement is ready. Now suppose you want to declare any variable, you can directly write, suppose integer x is equal to 5. So that is, I have declared the variable, right? Suppose you want to uh, prepare any methods, right? So like print uh, show method that I want to prepare. Now in the show method, it is going to return a string. So I'm going to return welcome to Silver of University. Now the method is prepared, but how we can print? So we need to call this method also. So for calling this method, we can use expression also, like, yes, suppose I will write expression statement and write down the show method. Save, right? Now let us run this portion. Yes, in a declaration, you can see welcome to Silver Rock University. This method is run through this declaration statement. Here in declaration statement, we have mentioned it, right? And we have called this method using expression. So according to the requirement, we can use this kind of all the elements like declaration, expression, scriptlets. These all elements you can use in JSP to run basically for the Java code. You can see this all is pure Java code, and that is called in a JSP page through different types of these all the elements we have used: expression, declaration, and the scriptlet. Now let us come to the next point is, yes, comment, which is also very important portion. When you are a good programmers, you have to mention the all the documentation portion in comment, uh, so anyone can easily understand your code, right? So the comments can be used for documentation. The JSP container ignore this JSP comment part during the compilations. So here different types of comment we need to use. Like for JSP portion, we can use JSP command. If there is a Java code, we can use Java command, and if it is a HTML tag, so at that time we have to use the comment portion for the HTML also, right? You can see, like, suppose I want to uh, put this portion in comment. So how I can put it? So you can see this comment portion is started here. Here I am going to stop. Now the show method is not visible. Let me put it at the end of comment over here. So I have put it this all the portion in comment. You can see the output. this code will not run, right? Now, yes, for single line comment is also there. You can just put double slash as like a Java file. So that is single line comment. Okay. Yes, in HTML comments that we all are aware. Now, what is the next portion? So the next part is JSP directives. Now, this is also very important portion, the directives, which is provide instruction to the container to translate the JSP page into the servlet, because we have seen during the learning of the life cycle of JSP, it is similar like a servlet life cycle, just except the portion initial stage where the JSP page is translated into the servlet, and then after it seems similar like servlet lifecycle. So the first phase is only is the different than the servlet lifecycle. After while you are run the code, the initial stage is JSP page is transferred to the servlet, and then after it works as a servlet lifecycle, right? So JSP directives is very important for that things. In the JSP directives, there are two types that we have to learn: page directives and include directives. So what is the role of page directives and include directives that we are going to learn? You can see the page directives define attributes that apply to an entire JSP page. Suppose in entire JSP page you want to apply some attributes. So at that time you can use page directives. We have already discussed while we have generate any HTML. You can see this page directives is already by default is generated. So the importance of page directives is you can put some file which wants to reflect on entire your JSP file. So at that time you can use it, right? Now, okay, suppose I want to import, let's see, import java.ut for file handling. So you can fetch those portion through the import portion, right? Okay, put at the rate page import java.ut. Start. So through this import method in page directives, you can fetch the libraries, right? So these are the library you can fetch through the import by using these page directives. So here the page directives is useful for that purpose. Now, okay, suppose like if you want to use uh, import date d is equal to new date, right? And then want to print d dot string to string. I have to mention to string, and you can use expression Okay, while using the expression, no need to do the semicolon. You can see the date is printed, right? Because of this. Suppose you will remove those portion here. You will save. The code will not run, right? So this is the important of page directives. You can include the library, and the page directives is define the attributes which is applied in entire JSP. Now include directives. So in include directives, it contains another file or page to the current page. Suppose you want to fetch some HTML page or JSP page in your current page, right? So for that purpose, you can use this include attribute or directives. Sorry. So this include directives you can use here. This is the syntax how can use. Let us do the example. You can see we have to write @include. So @include. Now what I want to include and how we have to write attribute and value. Suppose I want to include a file is equal to which file I want to include. So you can see index.html file is already here. So I am going to mention that index.html. So make sure that that file should be available in your project. Then and only you can fetch that or you can include that file. It is showing to do write contains. So from where it comes, I think this, yes, to do write contains. This index.html has this portion h1 and h1. This index.html file. I'm going to save and save this file and run the code. This is index.html file. So we have made the changes in this index.html file, which is included in this practical one. So you can see it is directly reflecting over here, right? So we have discussed in this session the include directives, page directives, then comments, then the different types of scripting element like scriptlet, expression, declaration. These all things we have discussed in this session. From next session, we will discuss about the JSP implicit objects. So here I am going to conclude this session over here, and you can see more videos for that learning the basic and core JSP, right?